Okay. All right. So we do have, I just want everybody to know, sorry that I'm late, everybody. That's just literally like the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, I guess, right? When you're traveling around and doing your business and building your empire, you just got to kind of roll with the punches. So thank you guys for being patient. And also, there are a few extra people on the call tonight, and I just kind of wanted to say that I'm in some mastermind groups, and instead of doing this 3 or 4 times, I invited them to join us tonight. So if you're like, I don't know that person, they're just part of another group that I work with, just masterminding with. So welcome, everybody, and then welcome anybody who's watching on the replay. So I gave some homework in our group, and I want to see a raise of hands on who has done the analytic homework. Who's done it? Good. Okay. So the whole point of this is to own your analytics. So if you didn't do that prior to this call, there's not a lot that I can do for you, because unless you have 2 monitors, you're really not going to get the most out of this call, to be honest with you. It's very impossible. Who finds it very hard on their mobile device to look at Ad Manager? Does anybody find it really difficult? It's darn near impossible on your mobile device. I don't care what mobile device it is, to look at Ad Manager in Facebook. And trust me, if I could change that, if I worked for Facebook and I had a magic wand, I would change it, but I don't. So I always am on a laptop or a tablet, but preferably a laptop when I'm looking at my analytics. And the reason being is that it looks completely different. If you look at it on your phone versus looking at it on desktop, you're actually going to see more things. It's absolutely wild. So if you do not have access to an actual desktop or laptop computer, a public library would be a good choice. Buying one off of Craigslist or eBay. I just sold my old one. I upgraded. I just sold my old one for $50. It's something that you really do need for your business, because if you're running Facebook ads, you really need to be able to see the Ad Manager and the business page on your laptop or your desktop. So let me just start. I know some of you know me, and then some of you I don't know as well. So just give a really brief thing about me. I have been a marketer for 10 years. I'm from smack dab in the middle of America. I'm from Missouri, Show Me State, and I'm 31. I have been in online entrepreneurship since this summer, earlier this summer, so not that long. But I have been a marketer, like I said, for 10 years. I do have a corporate background, and I am the highest level of Facebook certified. So for my previous corporate job, I had to retain that certification. That's not something that I did in this business. But since I brought it with me to this business, I think that it's something that I can share with you all, and had talked to the leadership team about for a little while now. So I'm glad that we have a group that's willing to learn. And I do encourage questions. Let's just try to get through as much as we can first. So if you have a question, you should probably have a notebook. If you don't, then you definitely have a cell phone. So put a note in your cell phone, text it to yourself, Facebook message yourself. That's my trick. I always Facebook message myself. You should see, if you saw the thread to myself in Facebook Messenger and you listened to the audios that I send myself, you would literally think I was psychotic. Like I message myself everything so I don't forget, because I'm very creative, and it comes and it goes and it comes and it goes. So if you're not using that life hack of messaging yourself in Facebook, do it. Because you can audio yourself, you can send an article. All you have to do in Facebook is click share, and then instead of sending it through Messenger to somebody else, just send it to yourself. So that's just a little life hack for you if you're not already doing it. So does everybody have a notebook, a phone, and has looked at their analytics that's on the call right now? We good to go? Okay, cool. So I know a lot of you, I know David is actually working right now. That's so committed. He's always on these calls and he's working. You're amazing. David and Chelsea gave me access to their accounts, which is amazing. Advertiser access, just so you guys know, if you ever wanted a second look at your account, you could contract with a marketer like myself or whoever, and you can give them what is called advertiser access. And that means they can't touch anything. They can't change anything. They can just go in and look from a high level, and they can provide you a recommendation, and you are the person that goes in and does it. So they can set something up for you, and then you have all the approvals. So I own a digital marketing agency, like a virtual agency. I was really fed up with corporate America and decided earlier this year that enough was enough, and I was going to do it for myself and make my own money. So I took my certifications that my work paid a lot for. They were very happy about that. And then I went off on my own and did my own agency. And I have about 40 clients right now. my clients are a mix of solopreneurs like you all, network marketers, and small businesses in my area. So I am a busy gal. I enjoy what I do. I love being on these calls with you guys, though. My clients are fun. There's nothing wrong with my clients. One of them will probably see this at some point. But no, there's nothing wrong with my clients. But you all are people that want it really bad. And that's why you're on the call tonight, because you all could have had a million things that you could have been doing. You guys could have been with your children. You could have been meal prepping food for the week. You could have been grocery shopping. You could have been doing anything tonight to keep your Sunday pristine and prepare for the week. But inside you decided to prioritize this hour for your business. And I thank you guys for that. Because if you prioritize yourself and your business and you connect yourself to people, the thing is, you are who you're around, right? So by being around people that have done it or have knowledge that you don't have, and then providing value to each other, that's how we all win. So there's certain things that I'm good at. There's certain things that other people are good at. One of the things I'm really bad at, just to be transparent, I talk really fast, so that's a negative. You're probably already noticing that. But then another thing that I'm really bad at is I'm really great at giving advice, and I'm really poor at taking my own advice. So I would love to tell you how to run your business, and then I don't want to do it myself, which is definitely not cool. So you guys are going to get off this call and you're going to be like, wow, she's interesting. I'm going to go look at her Facebook page. And then you're like, I don't, she doesn't have a Facebook page. So because I run a marketing agency and I'm connected to 40 people's Facebook pages, I do get a lot of burnout with Facebook. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in there a lot for my agency. So one of my goals for the 2019 year, which is right around the corner, is to get this business online. And I've been running it offline. I think I spoke about that a little last week for those of you that were here, pretty successfully for like the last month and a half, 2 months maybe. And I've been enjoying it to boot. I think the product is amazing, but getting it online is definitely a goal of mine. So if you go and you're like, what's her business page? And then you're like, oh, she don't have one. So I do manage quite a few business pages, just so you guys know. I am Facebook certified. I'm also Google certified. I have like 4 or 5 Hootsuite certification or HubSpot certifications. And then I was a Hootsuite trainer, which is a scheduling software for social media. I was a trainer for about 1.5 years. So I did that all through my previous work, and it's definitely served me well. I got recertified in some of those things this summer. And I'm also certified in mobile advertising, which is a cool way to grow your business if you've never thought about like a texting campaign or something. It's a really inexpensive way, kind of like email marketing, that you could grow this business by keeping in touch with people via their phone number. So that's just an idea for further consideration and discussion later. So we've got our notebooks. I did all this disclosures. You guys know that I speak really fast and I don't take my own advice. So now that that's all out of the way, we're going to jump into it. So I asked you guys to do 3 things before this call. I asked you guys to log into your Facebook business page. Is there anybody on the call that does not have a business page? Anybody? Because this is going to be different for you guys. Okay, so we're just going to assume that everybody's got a business page. So I asked you guys to log into your business page. Some of you have more than one. That's okay. I asked you to log into your business page. I asked you to go to the Insight tab, which on the desktop or laptop is top right. Hit Insights. Then you would go in and you would look at all, there should be like probably 12 different graphs there. It's kind of overwhelming. You're like, there's a lot of information there. And then you would go to the top left. It's ingrained right here. You would go to the top left. You would hit the days. So there would be like a 7, a 28, and then like a custom date range. Anybody following me to this point? Give me a nod, show a sign of life. Okay.
Cool. I've only got last 28 days. I don't have the extra one.
You don't have a custom range?
No, just I've got last 7 days, last 28 days, and today and yesterday.
Are you on mobile? Are you on mobile or desktop right now?
I'm on a desktop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody else have that problem? I don't know why that would be.
Yeah, you have to actually set the custom. You click custom and then you put your date range in. It doesn't automatically give a lifetime.
Yeah, you do have to set it. Yeah, do you see where you set it at, David? Do you see like where there's a option? Okay, well, what we'll do,
I'm
gonna,
but there
that's
is
weird.
Well, it's not on every screen though. So like when I go into my Insights, if I click on, let's say, videos on the left, then I can actually change it to custom. But when you just click on
Insights, you're right. Yeah, because you have to pick one. You're right. because you can't do it for all. Yeah, that would be a lot of data. Yeah, so David, try to pick one. Everybody else that was having that problem, try to just pick any of them. Just pick one real quick and then see if you've got the custom date ranges. So this happens a lot, so I just want to be right up front with it. People are like, I would like to have a full year. And I'm like, baby, you don't have a full year Facebook page. You know, like you've only been doing it for 4 months. So you're only going to get the amount of data that you've been doing. Does that make sense? So like sometimes people don't think that through and they're like, but I want a year. And I'm like, but baby, you haven't been doing it for a year. So we can't get what you haven't done. So just remember that. So some of you have multiple Facebook pages. It gets very confusing when you have multiple Facebook pages because you're like, what did I do on this one? Did I run an ad on this one? How long have I been doing this one? So just remember, like, to always look at the top left, look at what account you're in and think, okay, how long have I had this Facebook page? Okay, I should run it from this date or, you know, whatever, because that's like a very like common problem. People just don't think about it, you know? So I just want to get that. So is everybody kind of hanging with me so far? They're inside, they've checked it out. Anybody else having problems with the ranges or anything? Okay, cool. So Chelsea, what I would like to do is I would like to start with you if we could. And I would like to see, Chelsea, do you have at the bottom, do you have a share screen option at the bottom? Will you share your screen inside of your new page, your Chelsea St. Marie, your new one? So I can kind of walk them through on your new page.
Okay, so so want me to just go right to the beginning?
Yes.
Right to my page. Okay, cool. Let me just exit out. Hang on.
Originally, I thought that I would do it, but I'm really fast. And so I think it would be best if I talked through it with somebody and thinking through this earlier. Because people are like, what did you do? What did you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry.
Okay.
So we'll talk through it. And then if you guys have questions, if you would just utilize the chat so we don't like get bombarded, if you would just utilize the chat, that would be awesome. Okay, so this is Chelsea's page. If you haven't liked it, like it. This is Chelsea's new page. Chelsea, when did you start this page?
This isn't, oh, I've had this page forever.
I thought that you, okay, but you have had two, or you've had multiple ad accounts shut down, but this page has been existing, right?
Okay, so so I just rebranded myself. So I just named, it was just Limitless Life.
Okay, got it.
Accounts, and then I kept, you know, changing my name and my branding. So I'm like,
right.
So yeah.
So how long ago did you rebrand it? I'm just taking some notes.
Oh gosh, my ad account. Well, no, I just had a new ad account probably last year when I renamed. I just, you know, the Truly Inspired ones, I literally just made those because when Facebook changed the rule
the algorithm,
a couple months ago, I had 11 active ad accounts and all of them got shut down except for my one active one, because I've never had, knock on wood, I've never had anything get flagged or like my ad account got shut down, right? Yeah. So I haven't been running any ads in those other ones. So that's why they got shut down.
They got shut down due to inactivity.
So yeah, so then I reopened up another 4, making it 5 total.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So I got it now. So it's always confusing when somebody gives you the back end because you don't know the story. So you're like looking through it and you're like trying to kind of, you know, and I only know Chelsea for a few months. So anyway, I want to talk on just the brand briefly, but first, one of the most important things for you guys to know, first of all, you guys can comment in the chat if you want to, how many ad accounts you have. If you do not have at least 2 ad accounts, you definitely are not doing yourself a full service, because if you don't have a backup ad account at all times, it's very simple to make a mistake that will get your ad account shut down, even if it's just inactivity. Like Chelsea had, you know, several ad accounts opened up. She was doing the right thing, but then she wasn't utilizing all of them. A general rule of thumb, and this changes all the time, okay? So I'm making this video on, what is it, December 9th? Yeah, making this video on December 9th, 2018, okay? So sometimes these things will change, but in Facebook, 2 months is kind of the 60 days is kind of the leeway that they give of like, hey, if you're not in your ad account, if you're not spending a little bit. So what I do for my paid clients is I set little reminders for them to go in and just boost a post or just do something pretty simple. It doesn't have to be $100. It can be $20, you know, it could be just 2 boosted posts, but do something to keep your ad accounts active. And if you do not have multiple ad accounts, I would recommend having like 5 minimum. But if you don't have multiple ad accounts, you need to have at least 2. So make that write it down right now, commit to it. If you're running an online business, you need online leads and you want to leave your day job or whatever you want to do, you want to change your life, you have to have more than one ad account. Okay. So let's start there. If anybody has problems with things like creating ad accounts or finding their analytics, then that's something that we should discuss at another time. I would definitely reach out to, if you can, your coach or mentor. But if you can't, just message me after this. Like if you're having a specific trouble, I'd be happy to help you, but we just can't address that on this. So I just want to mention a couple things about Chelsea's. I spent a lot of time in David and Chelsea's. I stalked them today, this afternoon on the train. And I just want to mention a couple of things about Chelsea's page before we move on. So everybody take a look at the level of graphics that Chelsea has and the level of photography, because it's amazing. So Chelsea is adhering to the rule of like the mix of graphic and text. She could have maybe a little bit less text on the large rectangular cover. She could probably do just a little bit smaller, because what Facebook generally likes to see is like a 75-25. And so I feel like she's got closer to a 60-40, not that anything would ever happen with that, but you can see her name. She's got a definite brand. She knows who she is, and she's looking directly at the camera. So if somebody was paying me right now, and I literally get paid for my opinion, right? So if I was just giving it to somebody bluntly, I would say, you know what, this is a beautiful picture, but I want to see a little bit more of your eyes. Chelsea has beautiful eyes. I was just on a Zoom with her the other day. She's got these big, beautiful brown eyes, and like she's got these wonderful lashes. So if I could say anything about this, knowing Chelsea and who she is, I would be like, girl, you've got the best eyes. Like I would love to see them more open or expressive. Because I know that you guys that are in Ads Mastery and in Gaz and everything, I know that you guys have watched Landon and Stapes videos in the back office, and they do talk a lot about making eye contact in your photos and seeing the whites of somebody's eyes. I mean, I got some huge eyes, guys, okay? So like if you can see the whites of your eyes, it's like a truth serum for people. The psychology behind that is serious. So when Landon and Stapes say funny things like pets, kids, women, if they can see the soft texture in your hair, if they can see the whites in your eyes, they can trust you. And so Chelsea's beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. The photography is top notch. My only recommendation if she was paying me for this session would be, let's see those beautiful brown eyes. And then let's see those lashes and get a little bit, maybe not in the cover photo as much, but maybe in the profile picture, that's kind of a waist up. So maybe I would zoom in a little bit on the face, on the profile only. You don't want a big picture of your face at the masthead of your, that's a little bit trite. So you don't want to do that. But maybe in the profile picture, just a little close up. And then look at how Chelsea's like basically a model, so she's wonderful. Look at how Chelsea's head is tilted in both of these pictures, okay? So whenever you're taking a picture, and I don't care what you look like, what size you are, if you're male or female, I really don't care. You should never take a picture like this. You should never be straight on to any camera. So you should have a slight tilt to your head. You can have like a chin up, like I've got a little double chin action. You have a chin up, lighting is everything. We all understand lighting is important. And also just a little bit of lighting can do a lot. So I know Chelsea was saying in one of her posts recently that she got like a ring light. How much did you pay for that, Chelsea?
Oh, like $14.
Yeah, like those are on Amazon all day long. So order yourself one of those ring lights and put it on your laptop or whatever. These pictures are not taken with a ring light, and I know that. But I'm just saying, for those of you that aren't going to go get professional photography taken, or, don't know how to highly edit photos, make that a goal for yourself, first of all, to edit some photos. But second of all, it doesn't take a lot. A lot of people that have been successful in this business have just been themselves and just enhanced their like iPhone photos. So you don't have to have professional photography, but buy a little bit of lighting. So what I do when I'm in this Zoom, so you guys can see me better, is like I have a light like this. Obviously that's too close, but I can turn it up. It's got 3 settings. And so I have it next to me. I can literally have it underneath. I can have it on the table next to me. It provides a lot of ambient lighting, but it's not like super, super a lot. So I pulled it next to me, so I'm going to push it away a little bit, but it doesn't have to be something that you buy. This was just literally something in my bedroom. And I was like, that light looks pretty good. So go get some lamps around your house. I'm not saying spend a lot of money. Okay. So let's scroll down really quick. Again, if you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. Let's scroll down to just a couple of Chelsea's posts really quick. Okay, perfect. Okay, this is your pinned post, right, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so,
did remake it, but anyways, yeah.
oh, it's okay. Let me do the see more. Like, let me see your text part of it real quick, and then we're gonna move along. So here's the thing about Chelsea's that I really like that not a lot of people do. And Chelsea and I didn't talk about this. I didn't help her with this. I mean, this is just something that she did all on her own. So I like it when affiliate marketers are just straight up in their pin posts and they're like, here is my link. Like, I hate it when people have something to hide. We have nothing to hide in this business. I'll get on my soapbox for 30 seconds. There's absolutely nothing to hide, and the product that we offer has immense, immense value. So whether you're just talking about the $99 product or the entire business opportunity and, you know, our further products, like, it has so much value. Do not feel a need to hide behind like a cloud of anonymity. Like, that was one of the weirdest things for me coming into this business. I'm not saying post details about our product and like the brand name and links to buy a machine online. What I am saying is Chelsea has her registration link for her Webby right here. People know when they come to this page, and Facebook loves this, okay? People know when they come and they see this pinned post, they haven't even watched a video yet. First of all, they know that she's a beautiful person. They know that she likes pink and she is feminine. You know, they already kind of get who Chelsea is. But then they know that there's an opportunity. And the reason why this is so important, and again, Chelsea and I have never discussed this, but the reason why this is so important is because your relevancy score in your ad account relies on your information. So let me give you an example. So have you ever like gone onto Google and you've typed something in and gotten like a really bogus result, and you were like, how did I get that? Like, I literally typed this in and then I got something completely different. So if somebody comes to your page, let's say somebody types in, Chelsea has a named page, so it's her name. But some of us don't. Like, I've seen some people that have like, you know, inspirational leadership, or that's just an example. So let's say somebody types in inspirational leadership, and then they come here, and in the pin post, they see a link for a business opportunity. That is not 100% relevant. Maybe they feel like this business opportunity is inspirational, but the name inspirational leadership on that page is misleading. So that would create, or could create, depending on the content on the page, that could create a low relevancy score for your entire ad account, not just for one post, because that is page wide. So again, what I love about Chelsea, what she's done, and we've never spoken about this before, but what I love about what she's done, she's named it herself. I'm not saying you just have to name it yourself. You can always name it yourself plus something else. But I love that she, in her pinned post, has a link. We're all selling something, okay? We're not just doing this for funsies. So I love that she has a link to what she's selling. I feel like the copy is a slight bit long. I feel like she could clean up, like kind of concise the copy just a little bit, but it's not super long. And the other thing that I absolutely love that Chelsea has done is she has a link to her private Facebook group. Chelsea, how often do people join your private Facebook group?
Well, I mean, I just created it like a few weeks ago, but I mean, I
Right.
have over 50 people in it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so just driving more traffic to it. But yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
getting
a
active.
private Facebook group is a free way to generate traffic. So if you don't have a private Facebook group, maybe that's something that you should think about, because on your page, you're already posting content every day, hopefully. If you're in this business and you're not posting content like at least once a day, there's probably like a disconnect there. But like, if you don't have a Facebook group, let's think through the reasons why. Because, okay, Chelsea just created this a few weeks ago. Great. First of all, awesome for her for just doing it and like just figuring it out later. Like, a lot of this business is just figuring it out. Like, don't do anything crazy, but just figure it out. Google it, ask somebody. So she created a Facebook group, and now she's got 50 people in there, and that was free. Have you like put any ad dollars towards that, Chelsea?
No.
I mean, that's amazing. That's 50 people that she gets to reach out to. So here's some of the value of having your own group. And you may be thinking, oh gosh, how would I even put in a group? What's the strategy? We could have another call on that another time. But the value of having a group is you can see when people have seen things. So like when you go into the group and you make a post, you can see like, oh, 4 people saw this post out of 50 or however many. So that tells you if your lead is hot or not. Because if that person, if you scroll down that group and that person is looking at everything or they're commenting on everything, holy moly, like that's time to like sound the alarm, like get them on a call, do something crazy, send them something in the mail if they'll let you, ask for an email address, whatever you need to do. Like this business, yes, it's automated. Yes, it's online. It's an amazing opportunity. But if you're upset that you're not getting sales, but you're not doing these free things and you're not like reaching out to people proactively that are like commenting or whatever, like if somebody has commented on 4 of your posts and you've never even like replied or even offered to like give them a free consultation, I just don't know. Like, I'm not sure like what you're waiting for. Because if somebody has like literally commented on something 4 times, they're super interested in you. Like there's something that you have that they want. So whether that's just a conversation and nothing happens, it's a numbers game. We all understand that you're not going to get every person that you talk to, but if you don't talk to anybody, you're not going to get anybody. So that's what I love about Chelsea's pinned post and her video. I love the length of it. We won't go into details on like the exact content of her video because I do know she has plans to change it anyway, but it's not a bad video whatsoever. But I think the length is great. And I just love like when you look at Chelsea right there, see how you can see like her face is fully visible. She's looking directly at the camera. She's addressing things head on. And like, it's a good environment. Like I see so many online entrepreneurs that give this a bad name because they literally like see behind them. Like there's nothing beautiful about the environment that they're in. I'm not saying it needs to be the Taj Mahal, guys, but what I am saying is like you should like try to clean up wherever you're taking the video. You should try to declutter it so there's not a lot of rando stuff around. If you're a feminine person trying to attract feminine people and you're in like a man cave or like a wood paneled room, is that going to attract those people? Maybe not, you know? So these are all just things to think about from a branding perspective. The other thing I love, without even looking at this video and talking through it, the other thing I love is Chelsea has directly on her video about earning an income online. There's no ifs, ands, buts, questions on this page what it's about. She has hid nothing. Everybody knows she has an opportunity to talk about, and they know she's probably pretty successful, honestly, if she's, you know, talking about it so openly. Like a lot of this business, I'm not saying it's lying. I'm not saying that at all. But if you have confidence and you post like you are extremely successful, even if you're just starting out, if your posts go at it from that angle, you know what to do to succeed in this business. And if you don't reach out to your mentor or whoever brought you in. But even if you haven't had 10 sales and you're not a 6A or whatever, you know, even if you haven't had those things, if you just are confident in this amazing opportunity and you understand how to talk to people about it, good things will follow. So I love that video. Let's scroll down and just see like a couple of your posts real quick. Okay, so let me do the see more on this one because I looked at this one earlier. This one was just from today. So she says, if you have an online biz, I'm sure you understand how easy it can be to get caught comparing yourself to others. What happens when you do that? You stop the natural flow on what's going good in your business and your life. The key to attracting what you desire is focusing on what lights you up, feels authentic, and gives you that push to take action, living in those high vibes. Okay. So first of all, this is an extremely positive message. It's not super long. She's broken it up well, and she hasn't used a million emojis. And I'm going to explain why that's important. If you use a ton of emojis in all of your stuff, I'm not talking comments, I'm talking about copy, and I'm not even talking about ads. I'm talking about content on your page. If you use a ton of emojis, the Facebook bots, they see those emojis and they actually equate them to network marketing and they actually discount your stuff. So I know you're like, oh my gosh, but so-and-so says to do that. And that's fine. Like they can come at me because I'm certified. So I know how the Facebook bots work. And yeah, emojis look cute as fuck. That's fine. But at the same time, you don't need 30. Like 1 or 2 is just fine. If you have multiple ones, I guarantee you your organic posts are not getting as much play because the bots think that they're like literally a scam. Because a lot of people have ruined this industry online because they've copy and pasted content from somebody else, you know, put it on their page and it has 1,000 emojis on it. I mean, there are so many network marketers that put multiple emojis, like just, I'm talking 20 to 50 in one post. Like we've all seen these long posts that have all these emojis. The Facebook bots, like as soon as it hits like 3 or 4, the Facebook bots just stop serving that content. So chill it a little bit with the emojis. In comments, those are fine. Like, those are extremely engageable in comments. Another tip for engaging on a post with somebody, especially somebody else that's in the business, is do not use the thumbs up. Use like the heart, the laughing face, the wow, because those inside the algorithm are actually higher. So like if you like something, it's higher than a thumb. And if you laugh at something, it's higher than a thumb. You know what I'm saying? So utilize those instead of just clicking the thumbs up. It takes like 30, it takes like 0.3 seconds longer to hold it and do an emoji. And the algorithm will serve it better. So if you want to help your friends out for free, like or heart or like or laugh or wow or something on their ad or their post instead of just doing the thumbs up. Okay. So then the other thing I like about Chelsea's stuff here is she says manifestation tip, focus on the good. And then if you look really closely, I'm looking at my screen really closely, it says Chelsea Marie. Okay. Right there, Chelsea St. Marie. And it's not super noticeable. You can barely see it on some screens, but she has branded her stuff. And I'm very guilty of taking somebody else's stuff and just sharing it because I'm lazy or whatever. And sometimes it's nice to give people props, and just share their stuff. But I like that she has taken that extra step. It's very subtle. It's not in your face. I see so many people that throw a huge logo, like a black logo, full color on there. And I'm like, guys, that's really trying too hard. But if somebody like really looked, like if they were interested, they could Google that name or they could put it in Facebook and they would find Chelsea. And how powerful is that, right? If they're like, oh, I want to know more about manifestation, like, oh, Chelsea. Okay, I'm going to look her up. So because the whole goal of content is to share and, get other people to share and see it, right? So I think that's awesome. Keep going down. Let's look at one more real quick. Okay. Got some reviews. Awesome. Oh, I know you have stuff. Okay, there it is. I was going to say, I saw it earlier. I was looking at it. Okay.
We're in our last 10 minutes, just a heads up.
Oh, okay. That went by fast. Was that 45 minutes? Wow. Okay. So scroll up. Okay. So you guys can read that for yourselves. That's from like December 7th. So 2 days ago. She's got a picture of her kiddos and she's got a hashtag on there. So this is just a hot hashtag tip. So if you guys are not going like to Instagram or there's other things, like we could talk all day about like all the resources for hashtags, but you can just search them up in the search bar of Facebook too. If you guys are not pre-searching out your hashtags, a lot of people think, oh, I just want to make my own hashtag, like fun. No. The whole point of hashtags is to like trend something. So if you want organic like traction from your post, you need to do some pre-thinking on your post and you need to do some hashtag research. So I don't know if Chelsea did or didn't. This is a perfect hashtag for this post. And I don't know how many people do Love Life. I've never looked that one up. But what you should do is go into the search bar and you should type in whatever your hashtag is and see how many there are. Because the more there are, the more people are going to see your message because the more people are like clicking on that hashtag. Same with Instagram. So a lot of people just don't understand. They think like hashtags are funny. I do too. Like I'm like hashtag this, whatever, but like it can be funny, but it's actually a marketing tool. And then this is an adorable picture of her child. So, okay. Does anybody have questions about like just the overall page that we just went through? Cool. Okay. Chelsea, will you go up to the middle and hit insights? And then we'll probably have to hop off and hop back on. Okay, so there's so much here. Like it's probably overwhelming to people and I get it. I live in this day in and day out. So I just kind of go in and attack it. But I understand you get in here and you're like, what does all of this mean? Very overwhelming. First of all, Chelsea, will you put your arrow on one of the little eyes that's like right next to actions on the page or page views? There's a little gray eyes there. They're the information buttons. So like see actions on the page and then you kind of look to the right and then there's the little gray eye.
I don't see an eye.
So it's like a little information button. See page followers and then you look over to the right above the graph and there's a little gray eye. Scroll up a little bit. Okay. There's a little gray and like light gray I information. There we go.
I was looking for like the actual.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so click on one of those. Okay, so now we're going to drill in. So you can click on the graph, you can click on the eye. It's always going to give you more information either way. So it is confusing because you're like literally looking through here and you're like, what does this even mean? So the first thing you need to do anytime you click into any one of these, I don't have time to go through all of them, but scroll up to the top real quick. Okay, so the date range, see the top right where it says start and end?
Yeah.
You always need to make sure, and you can pick like maybe a month or something, okay? Like just kind of pick an arbitrary month, like maybe the last month or something. But always make sure, like I can't emphasize this enough. If you're having a problem with your analytics or you can't find something, it's probably because your date range is wrong. And if it's wrong, it won't report anything. Also, if you're only looking at last 7 days, like that's not really telling you a lot unless you have like an epic 7 days. But if you had an epic 7 days, that's not a normal 7 days. So we need to be looking at norms, right? We need to be looking at, like, I always tell people they need to be looking at least a month's worth of data. If you're just looking at like a rando 7 days, it's not really meaningful. But if you're looking at like 30, 60, 90 days, like that's when you can really see patterns within your business. So give me like a month there, if you will.
Yeah, I'll do August.
Yeah, perfect.
So August 1st to, or yeah, maybe I'll do May.
Do like August to September or something. We'll just like pick an arbitrary, like,
Yeah,
just like 1 month. Okay, so everybody sees how she changed those dates. Okay, so website clicks, phone number clicks, action button clicks. There's a lot that can be said about these because these are specific actionable items on the page, but everybody should be able to exactly where she just went. August 12th and August 28th, everybody can see that those are the spikes, correct? So my inclination as a marketer would then be, what did I do? Like, okay, so I literally got 2 clicks on those days. Some days I got 0 clicks. So what did I do on August 12th? And what did I do? Or maybe that wasn't August 12th, whatever that date is there. And then August like 29th, or it'll tell you. So click on one of those. Yeah, click on that.
I just clicked it.
Oh, it should take you in. Okay, scroll down real quick. People who clicked on the action button. All right. So by age and gender, see at the top there, by age and gender. So these are action takers. These are people that clicked on a button. Like, so that's like the highest level of engagement, right? So it's telling me, oh, click on by, yeah, there you go.
Oh, it says choose a 7 or 20 day.
Oh, so maybe you picked one too many days because you needed to limit it to 28 instead of 30.
Oh, okay.
So we might just have to back up a couple of days, like do like the 28th of August. Okay, then scroll down by age and gender. Okay, people who clicked.
What?
Data is unavailable for the chart. So people who clicked on the phone number, you wouldn't have had a phone number, right? But you would have had a website, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. I'm not positive why that would be unavailable.
Maybe should I by country?
No, that's fine. Let's pick another. I don't know. I would have to like dig into that more, but that's a bad example. Let's go back to overview, the top left. Overview. And then let's go, I was actually going a different direction anyway. We just kind of picked one. So we have less than a minute left. So let's hop back on really quick and then we'll start recording and we'll dig in on the one I had already picked from earlier. So everybody